So my name is Dhiman Chowdhury. I work for Delta Electronics. So before I introduce Delta Electronics, I'd just like to mention one thing is that we had a product line from Agima Systems. Agima has been contributing to OCP as well. We have contributed our PoE switch to the OCP community, and we are increasingly looking to bring in some of this open networking platform to the OCP community as well. So Agima Systems has been part of Delta Networks, which is one of the largest ODM supplier in the world. And as of a few months before, Delta Networks has taken the name of Delta Electronics. Actually, in America, we are calling everything Delta Electronics America Limited, right? So today, what I'm going to talk about is, and I will use Whitebox, open hardware, and open networking term interchangeably, okay? Because there are a relationship between the two. And when I talk about Whitebox, open hardware, I will talk about the network transformation as it happening throughout the world. The transformation is happening in telecom side, transformation is happening in data center, transformation is also happening in enterprise. And I was really surprised that enterprise is coming and becoming, as of last year, enterprise was very reserved about taking open hardware platforms and open ecosystems and give it a chance. But this year, I'm seeing enterprise is changing. And biggest enterprise of the world are coming into adopting Whitebox, open hardware, and open ecosystem. So what's happening with open hardware is that when you put with open hardware, ONI, ONL, or the ecosystems of the NOS, from NOS perspective, it becomes Whitebox. And together, you can call it a contribution of open networking. And open networking starts with the disaggregation model, and it's paving the way for fundamental change to happen in hardware as well as software, because industry is contributing to this this overall movement of open networking. And it's also helping SDN or programmability of the network to realize, right? But where it's going is that it's fundamentally moving from what used to be a disaggregation model to more intelligent-based networking. And I'll discuss as this transformation is happening. I'm seeing throughout the globe, everybody are looking towards bringing the intelligence to the edge. Okay? As opposed to we thought that when OpenFlow came in, well, we'll treat the open hardware more like a dumb switch, but it's not happening. The transformation has changed. People are looking more intelligence at the edge. So looking forward to how the telecoms are transforming is that they are now looking, and not from telecom point of view, overall data center as well as enterprise as well, they're looking into this term that I'm using, open hardware, white box, open networking, disaggregated model, ecosystems, and they're trying to do the transformation. And they just started looking around, and you'll see that a lot of talks from AT&T and other people about how to transform the network in various areas and how the hardwares are contributing to that, towards that abstractions. So, and there are initiatives about cord and NFVs and so on and so forth. But this transformation, the fundamental change need to happen for the telecom network is that they need to first make money. And for them to make money is that they need to actually improve the bandwidth, provide more services. And to do that, white box or open hardware platforms with its ecosystems is basically paving the way for them to transform the network. So transformation of this network is happening not on one portion of the network, from end to end. At the mobile side, it's transforming, as well as it's transforming on the fixed line side. And overall, it is transforming from the core up to the tower. But there are issues. We can have open hardware in there, but these fundamental changes, as it occurring, what we really need to, as a community, take a look at during this transformation, what are the elements of this network is important. And when we build the hardware, we build the ecosystem from software perspective, we need to really consider those elements, those problematic elements. Here are the problematic elements, right? You look at from the tower point of view, when telcos bring the content, you need to bring the content. You cannot just have a 5G and all this technology comes in to do what? Bring the content to the mobile edge, and then, but during this transformation, any switches you put in there need to understand the latency. What is the latency required in that kind of environment? And it's not only latency from the hardware standpoint, overall system standpoint. When a packet comes in, it is need to be processed to come out. So overall latency from one end to another end is very important, okay? And then, core side is as well. See, when they transform the core network of telecom or any other core network, we do not have open community now looking at the chassis or higher end networking gears. We need to have this initiative. How do we support a chassis, right? Software need to, or ecosystem need to build around it to support that. Let's talk about data center. Now, data center actually, open hardwares are available in much of the areas, but one area it's missing, and that area is universal I/O connect for storage interconnect, because fabric is collapsing, right? So once the fabric collapses, you need storage area network to be part of the main fabric, right? For that, we need an universal I/O connect switches from OCP. So if that initiative takes place, we as a hardware vendor will contribute to it, but we also need the ecosystem to be built for that. Any question? All right. So the next one is enterprise. Enterprise is also transforming, and they need to connect their remote sites. You need SD-WAN for some of this. We need initiative from OCP for SD-WAN aspect of this networking, as well as interconnect. So for interconnect of branches or main offices, what is required is some sorts of security. All elements require security. Should we use IPsec? Should we use MACsec? Those kinds of definition and specification as an industry, if we come up with, it becomes easier for enterprise, telecos, and data centers to innately take that specifications and make a decision about it. And it helps as a vendor, when we contribute, we also like to make some business out of it, right? So it helps all of us. Having said that, let's turn it around back to Omar. Any question?
Great, thank you.
Thank you.